Again, that's just one of three magnificent games this weekend. Kmart, you will have Ravens Steelers for us this weekend. Open up the notebook. As you begin preparing for this game? Open the notebook.
So you look at this. It's strength on strength. Got the Ravens, best offense in the NFL. Steelers, fantastic defense. But here's the thing. I'm looking to see if Lamar Jackson can reverse his fortune against the Steelers. This is a divisional matchup, which means the people in your own backyard are the people who play you the toughest. And Lamar Jackson, I believe, is 1-3 against them as a starter. His numbers not good against the Steelers. Credit Dan Quinn and Dan Campbell for the jobs they've done. Also credit Mike Tomlin for this quarterback situation. He's a guy who understands this opponent. And Lamar Jackson also has to be at his best against this defense.
Mike Tomlin, to me, is the coach of the year. But I feel like I got a sense from you earlier this morning, and we have a little more time to dive into it here, that how does Lamar reverse his fortune against the Steelers? Turn around, hand it to the big fella behind him, right? Is this a Derrick Henry game?
Absolutely. You want to play. Here's the deal. Preston Smith just got brought over. Highsmith is injured. So you're going to have to fatigue. You don't want to be in a backpedal game. Lamar Jackson doesn't want to be dropping back 45 times in this game. You want to bludgeon this team and make sure that you are in control of the offense. And here's the problem for the Ravens. They got some young offensive linemen. You want to have that in mind as you go against this defense, understanding what your strengths are and what their strengths are, and play to that. Lamar can make plays. I don't care. Lamar's going to make plays. Yeah. So and their offense can make plays. But you go get Derrick Henry for this style game, backyard brawl, and you have to trust him.
Which is why I think Cam Hayward is incredibly important.
Yes, he is.
It's tough to move that big man out of the middle, and I think that's going to be the foundation of the Steelers' defense this week. And I've been seeing a lot of collections of Lamar highlights the last couple of weeks over the course of his career. You don't see a lot of them with those black helmets out there against the Steelers. Yes. They have figured out a way, and they've taken Patrick Queen away from the Ravens, who is an incredibly athletic linebacker, and they have Fitzpatrick back there, who's a versatile safety. They do a good job of bottling up the Ravens, but this, as we all recognize, is the second year of Lamar Jackson in this offense, and this is the best version of Lamar Jackson in the Ravens that we've ever seen, and it's one of the best versions of offensive football that we've ever seen. So if they're going to get those big plays, this might be the...
Let me add to this, too. The creativity of the run game. I'm not going to get into the weeds because people don't watch it or care, but I'm just letting you know for Haywards and the Preston Smiths of the world, and the TJ Watts, is understanding you don't necessarily got to block them every play. Right. Allow them to block themselves. Todd Monken, making sure he understands creativity in the run game is just as important.
And then Sunday afternoon, we have what has become, I think, my favorite rivalry in the NFL. Ooh. The Chiefs and the Bills, and I say that because of the quarterbacks in particular. Neek, what are we watching? Chiefs, Bills in Buffalo.
Yeah, I hate to single out a person or a position, but that left tackle with Wanya Morris and Suamatea is a tough spot right there. They're giving Patrick Mahomes a hard time. They made Benito look like a Pro Bowler last week for the Broncos. And they're just getting beat so quickly. It's like a revolving door so fast that Patrick Mahomes thinks that he's getting blitzes. They got Patrick Mahomes seeing ghosts. And these ghosts can grab him and throw him to the ground. It's a bad situation to be in when you can't trust.
It ain't a ghost because it's real.
That's a fair point.
It ain't no ghost. That's a real nightmare that's happening right there.
So this is a significant problem that they have. Again, at the risk of, everyone, these are professionals. They're out there doing their jobs. And right now they are struggling would be kind.
This keeps going, they're going to get somebody. I'm just telling you right now.
You're not going to lose somebody.
You go find the Donovan Smith. You go get guys who you know can go play.
This year?
Yeah.
I mean, off the couch. Yeah. You bring someone in off the couch.
Let me tell you something. That right there, you can go get somebody off the couch. I'm telling you right now.
In fairness, we've seen teams get QBs off the couch at its worst. So you can get a line. So here's the thing with the Bills-Chiefs matchup. I will just say this from an injury standpoint. We expect Josh Allen to ball out as he typically does, but he could be without three of his top pass catchers. Right. Amari Cooper, he's missed the last 2 games. They're going to see if he's able to go with that wrist. Dalton Kincaid, he left last week's game with a knee injury. They'll see. Sean McDermott said, we'll see how he feels this week. And also Keon Coleman, the rookie.
That's the one.
Jeff's favorite guy in the world.
You ain't kidding.
He's already been ruled out. So, yes, you need I don't want to say Josh Allen has to be Superman this weekend.
Yes,
but
he does.
Oh, yeah.
The Bills go into this one shorthanded, and again, this feels like a very big one for Josh Allen's MVP candidacy to whatever degree that is important here as well. But I want you to hear something else. So the Chiefs are undefeated, right? And there's a big debate amongst a lot of the people that I have here on this show and on Sunday NFL Countdown. Well, just how good are they because they keep winning all these close games. So we have this dinner on Saturday night, all the NFL Countdown crew, and I'm there obviously with the group. And Rex Ryan is talking about how the Chiefs don't have an identity. They don't have an identity. And Tedy Bruschi said, what I'm about to play for you, and I said, Tedy, we need that on TV tomorrow. He said they don't have an identity, and that's a good thing.
Who the Chiefs are identity-wise is, they don't have an identity. They don't have one, all right? They'll just do whatever it takes to win. You need us to run the football, we got a guy named Kareem Hunt, then we'll give it to him. You need us to convert on third down with our quarterback, in the fourth quarter, running for it and scrambling for 30 yards, we can do that too. We got a tight end and receiver. We need to throw it every down, we will. We need our defense to make a stop, we can do that. That's their identity. Yeah. The identity is not, we're a tough physical team no, the identity is win. Yeah. Win, and we know how, and how to do it, and we have various different ways to do it. That's the, in quotation marks here, the identity, if you will, of the Kansas City Chiefs is that they don't focus on identity. They focus on winning.
And so sure enough, like 4 hours later, they block a field goal with no time left to win the game. So I thought that was fascinating, Jeff, and I know that you related it to the teams that Tedy played on.
It gives me chills and a bit of a nightmare because this is the New England Patriots motto and model for success. And I remember playing for the Colts for all those years, and they were our nemesis, and we had some massive games against them. And they morphed into whoever they had to be. If they needed to be a 3 down front, they're going to be at 4 down front, be at 5 down, and they would change. And they would morph from the first half to the second half. And I was on a team where do what you do. We're going to do what we do no matter what. We have route combinations that every team in the league names the Indy routes.
We knew what y'all was running.
We're going to do what we do better than what they do. But the difference was the Patriots understood whatever they had to do, they could become. So Tedy relates to the Chiefs, and I agree with him. You don't got to have it because you know that everybody on their specific position will find a way. That is a confidence that very few teams can have.
And maybe I'm just being semantics with the word, but the identity there is flexibility. And that was the players that they optimized for in New England. It wasn't like the big name superstars who were incredible at certain things. It was guys who were flexible and versatile and very smart.
But you said a very smart thing in our meeting this morning. When we were talking about this, true, but this was particularly interesting. You said bad teams need to find an identity.
That's true.
When you're bad, let's find something we're good at and let's do that.
I think, when we're talking about the Bears, pick something. Pick one play. Power O. Practice the hell out of it and run it until you get it right. Because I think this is about an evolution. Once you get to the point to where you can be flexible and dynamic, that's fine. But if you're trying to do that now, you end up being bad at a bunch of things. So yes, bad teams, it's like level 1. To get to level 1 of your evolution, pick something. This is what you're good at. So you know when the chips are down, we have one play, one thing that we do, we're going to do it well.
Evolution. We've seen the Chiefs year after year. They haven't won the same way, and that's why they are so dangerous. Because this was the game I covered, the Broncos-Chiefs. And talking to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes after the game, they talked about we are going to celebrate that blocked field goal. But that's something we practice. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes talked about how the 15, 18-play drives, we practice that in training camp. And he said, we feel like we are the best, we play our best in the fourth quarter because we are the most prepared team. So when you talk about their identity, it is in the preparation, it's in the details.
That's the only way to have a modern dynasty. Like once you get past free agency and it goes to a more parity type of league, what you have to do is find where the avenues are to create advantages, where the Patriots are like, all right, we're going to get a bunch of tiny slot receivers. Oh, that's not going to work anymore? All right, we'll be a tight end-centric offense. Oh, the 4-3 is no longer, or everyone's playing the 3-4 now, we'll go 4-3. You have to be able to find those.
It's not just modern. I think that's how you become a dynasty. I covered the Bulls in the 90s. Michael and those guys, they would walk out on the floor before every game. How you want to play tonight?
Right.
We'll beat you however you want to play. You want to run it up and down the floor, we'll beat you.
Right.
You want to walk it up and down and play a game in the 80s, we'll beat you. We're making it, whatever it is you want to do, we'll beat you at your game. And that's when you're not just a champion, that's when you're an all-time great team. And that's what the Patriots were, and that's what these Chiefs have become.